In 1923, Season 2, Episode 7, we saw something that hinted at a much bigger story. This episode, the season finale, gave us a sneak peek into the future of the Dutton family. We saw Spencer Dutton in 1969, older and worn by the years. The episode shared a heartbreaking moment. Spencer died on Alexandra's grave, unable to forget her love, even years later. It was a powerful scene, but what was the real purpose of showing this? In the Yellowstone universe, everything happens for a reason. Every detail, no matter how small, is there to serve a bigger purpose. And Spencer's death in 1969? That was no accident. It was a hint, a glimpse of a future we're about to see unfold in a brand new prequel series. This show, set right after 1944, will explore the last years of Spencer Dutton's life as the patriarch of the family, setting the stage for the new generation of Duttons. But why is 1969 such a crucial year for the Dutton family? This is where it gets interesting. If you followed Yellowstone and its prequels, you'll know that Taylor Sheridan loves to connect his stories. 1883 set the foundation. 1923 built on it. 1944 will continue the story. And now 1969 will introduce a whole new chapter for the ranch and the Dutton legacy. At this point, young John Dutton, the man we all know and love in Yellowstone, is about 10 years old. This means we're going to dive into his childhood, the experiences that shaped him into the man who would one day lead the ranch. After Jack Dutton's death in 1923, Spencer is likely the one who will raise young John. But here's the catch. Spencer isn't necessarily John's grandfather. While it's possible that Jack Dutton could still play that role, the way the story unfolds could change things. Elizabeth, who's pregnant and headed to Boston, might have a son who will later become part of the Dutton family. This child would be the one to eventually raise John, and Spencer, even though not his grandfather, would act as a grandfather figure. Yellowstone has already shown us that John had a close relationship with his grandfather growing up, so it only makes sense that Spencer would play a similar role in John's early years. This brings us to 1969, a time of major change in America. The 1960s were a period of cultural upheaval. Montana, though isolated, wasn't untouched by the winds of change sweeping the nation. We'll likely see how these changes affect the Duttons and their way of life. A major part of this era, rodeos. They weren't just sports. They were a symbol of status for ranching families like the Duttons. It's likely that young John Dutton will be thrown into this world of rodeo culture. And let me tell you, watching him prove his worth as a cowboy will be one of the highlights of the 1969 prequel. But it's not just about the rodeo. The 1960s were also marked by the Civil Rights Movement, the Vietnam War, and the counterculture. While the Duttons lived a more isolated life, these huge national shifts were impossible to ignore. We might even see how the Duttons respond to some of these changes. John's father may be sent off to Vietnam, which would push Spencer to step up even more as a father figure. Now, who will play Spencer in this new prequel? A lot of people have mentioned Kurt Russell, and I get it. He has that perfect look for Spencer, just a little older. But Brandon Sleaner, who played Spencer in 1923, has said he'd be open to the role again, even if it means aging himself up for the part. It would be a bit of a twist in the Yellowstone world. But hey, why not? As for when this prequel will arrive, 1944 is set to come out at the end of 2025, but 1969 won't hit until 2026. That gives us plenty of time to speculate and get excited for what's next. For all the latest updates on the Yellowstone universe, be sure to like, share, and follow. The Dutton family saga is far from over, and we're just getting started.